Today we're taking a look at a game called Bloodless, and this video is sponsored by 3D Realms, and typically I'll have a bunch of different companies come to me asking to sponsor videos, and for the most part, 95% of them go nowhere because I have a condition of I can play the game, but I'll be giving my actual opinion on the game, and well, that's kind of it for, again, 95% of them. In this case, though, 3D Realms with Bloodless was like, okay, so, I mean, that shows quite a bit of confidence in it. And you know what? This game, when I saw it and I was going through it, it's actually kind of interesting. So it is based on the idea of like Souls-like games, that kind of thing, but it has a bit of a twist when it comes to the combat and the mechanics. So I figured we would take a quick look at it here today and see what it's all about. So if you guys enjoy the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to learn more about Bloodless, I will have a link down below in the description for it. It is available currently on the Nintendo Switch. So I think what I'm going to be doing here is going through some of the beginning of the game, giving my initial impressions as I go, and I'll be up on the screen occasionally and then also not, so you can get just a full screen view of the action that's happening. You know, as they do some of these panning shots in the beginning, just kind of setting the tone and the mood for where this is taking place. Something about the art style with the 8-bit or 16-bit visuals, it's never really gotten old for me, and it's been around for so long, right? It's just, I see these really good-looking 3D games that we get now, but something about kind of these simpler visuals have always just stuck with me. And then, of course, they'll at times merge it with some of the newer technology and effects that we have, and it just still works really well. So the idea here is you're a Ronin who has returned to their former land, and you're seeing all kinds of, it describes as bloodshed and just violence that's happened here. So naturally, you're going to work to set things right, spark hope and courage in Bakugawa. So that's what we're going to do here. And what's interesting about this, and the thing that I noticed, and I said, okay, that is different. You actually are non-lethal in the game. So your character here, Tomo, has sworn not to take another life, and instead you disarm all our different enemies. So counters, disarming key attacks. I was very interested to see how exactly that works out in this game. So let's get to some combat. Well, it looks like here's our checkpoint, or our campfire. Basically, you just run past it. It seemed to light it automatically for you. Also, ZR, it seems to take away from, I guess, a stamina bar at the bottom up there. So that, along with your after image dash, all sort of plays in, I guess, some strategy there. Get kind of that Souls-like inspiration that they referenced. So we dash towards them with B to counter their attacks, and it just knocks their sword out of their hand. It seems like the window is pretty forgiving for it as well. So when they come forward like that, you nice little dot, nice little dash, and then you just kind of counter and knock that out of their hands. Oh, I got a T-Gourd. So I guess, okay, that's going to be, I assume, for healing. Yes, all right, cool. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Just got that. Oh, wow. So it seems to be just broken up into just squared off sections. So areas you go between. What that means, you can go up, left, right, underscovered area there. So we have like mixing. Okay, I was reading that as crafting almost. It's mixing. So we're going to mix what I just picked up there to brew tea, it looks like. Take those out. There we go. I have 3 now. It's like each sip of the gourd that I have just replenishes 1 health bar. Oh, here's different enemy type. A couple of little sickles. There we go. Oh, I threw something else at me. It hit me. Oh, here we go. I can buy stuff here as well. We got leaf. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I have a bunch of those. Drink your tea faster. Oh, it's a different hilt. Oh, it's just 0. Well, yeah, I'm going to take that for free. I have plenty of those. Equipping crests. Crests are objects of power, requiring crest slots to equip them. Expand your slots. Okay. There we go. There's tea and then there's crests. Okay. Oh, so I have the slots there, which it said you'll upgrade as you go along also. There you go. So those make me heal faster. So I'm sort of exploring this specific block here of the map, and I noticed, of course, they have like those little side paths like this, for example, with a lock. And the idea is you can come back to all these different areas and then open other parts up and discover different things. So there is a lot to kind of go off the beaten path to find. Oh, here we go. Red attacks can't be countered. So I can't counter that. Sort of dodge out of the way. Oh. Oh, okay, so I can hit his... Okay, that's an interesting way to make it... Ooh, that hurt for a boss battle. So if you get out of the way... Oh, that one I could have actually... There we go. You can still hit them. They have a little life bar, it looked like. A skill gem. What's this do now? Oh, well, now that... Okay, that has whole tab here unlocks. For skills. Refill stamina with a well-timed disarm. Parry while standing still. Oh. Time key attacks, extra damage. Sprint for stronger. Drink tea. Fat. One quick chug. Deflect projectiles refill. Wow, okay. So there's, okay. Got a whole little skill tree going on here. Refill stamina well time. We'll go with that. I mean, it's the only one I have, technically. Use key attacks. Why? Oh, okay, now we're actually... Okay, so now we can hit at least. Oh, yeah. So we do at least have some offense there. With Y, key attacks. And then beat a disarm stunned opponent. So what I'm kind of seeing this now as, after that just happened, you can... If you can catch them in a disarm like that, you can just take them out. But I guess if they're just annoying you, you can also just kind of get in there with key attacks, get them to a point where they're, like, stunned, and then you take them out with a key attack. So it's almost like a finishing attack right there to knock them down. See, that's a bit more satisfying than just waiting around for a counter. Like, I feel like I'm actually doing stuff there then, rather than just standing there waiting. Picked up Impelling Jet. Press A to unleash powerful key attacks known as secret techniques. This power refilled by disarming opponents. Okay, let's see what we have there. All right, let's take him out. Use secret techniques with A. So I have that flip that I got now. Let's see how that goes. I would say it seems like when you get this all like rolling along, it's actually pretty cool. Like you feel pretty strong right there. I don't like these guys. Even when you like get them and you knock them down, they still come back at you with another projectile. Oh, I like countered that one back at him. Oh, that's kind of cool. Use a secret technique on him when I get a chance. Oh, well, okay, that did a lot of damage to like their spirit meter. I caught him with that. Like I can see a lot of combos getting strung together there with the secret techniques and then your typical key attacks, since your secret techniques then get refilled depending on your skill set with different counters that you complete. So I can see you stringing together against a ton of enemies running at you at once. Oh. Oh, look, like the whole background is all red now after he just wiped that guy out. It is interesting, like the theme of death here with that person who just got slashed like in half and like everything's all like blood red. I mean, they've implied that your main character is someone who basically just killed a ton of people, and now they're coming back here unwilling to do anything other than disarm people now because of their past. And I will say this, as I've gone through and played this game, it definitely feels much different than any other samurai or Ronin game that I've played. Kind of the different take, as opposed to having a sword at all times, just cutting everyone up. You're basically just trying to disarm and not kill anyone. It kind of reminds me, I guess, a bit of Rurouni Kenshin. Sorta. I don't know if that was inspiration for this necessarily, but definitely gives kind of the vibe there for it. And as I was going through and I'm seeing more and more enemy types, I am noticing that they are doing different things when it comes to the patterns that they're putting forward. And while you see very similar enemy types, they'll change them up a bit with like a green cloth or a red cloth. So it's not like tremendously different enemies that you're seeing necessarily, but they have different patterns and different attacks. And yes, they have this really annoying attack where if you beat them, on the way out, they'll basically throw a projectile at you. And that got me a couple of times where I was like 1 bar of health left and they took me out with that. So again, you're going to be dying quite a bit in this. I went through a dojo that was an optional thing, and as I'm doing that, it's pretty consistent. Okay, they keep getting me. Eventually, you learn the patterns, you figure it out, and it at least comes together at the end. Which actually, the reward for it was pretty good. It was actually a dash that I got that left behind a trail of petals that seemed to also do damage. So there are legitimate reasons to do a bunch of the different side quests that keep popping up. So hey, Bloodless, I'll give them this. It's definitely interesting, and I do like my samurai style games, and this one sticks out quite a bit. So yeah, I recommend checking this one out. I have a link down below in the description. You can check it out for yourself. It is available right now on the Switch. Thanks for joining me here today, guys. Let me know what you think about Bloodless down below, especially if you're someone who has picked it up. What are your thoughts on it so far? Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.